Hey everyone, I hope you all are safe and doing good. So in the series of learning C++ programming language, we are discussing strings in C++. In the previous video, we have seen one coding exercise based on strings, that is, we have created a substitution cipher. Right, I hope you have done that exercise. In this video also, we will see one question, that is, we are going to create a pattern, and which is a pyramid pattern. Right, so what you have to do, you have to write a program that will create a letter pyramid pattern from a user given string. Means user will provide a string, and using that string, the characters of that string, you will create a pyramid like this. If a user has given this ABC, this string, right, then the pattern would be something like this: A, then ABA, then ABC, BA. Right? If user has given 1, 2, 3, 4 in string format as a string, so the output should be something like this. If user has given this A, B, C, D, E, then output should be something like this, right? So you have to do this thing. Now you know we have done strings, you know how to use loops, you know how to use like nested loops as well, right? So these things you have to do only, nested loops, or maybe not nested loop, you can use some loops also, or you have to use strings, and there are multiple ways to solve this problem, this kind of problem, right? We'll see one way, right, in this video, right? So what you have to do, just pause the video and try this out. Let me just give you a hint. First, see, first of all, in these pattern printing program, you have to decide like number of rows and number of columns, right? So from these example, number of rows are, how many number of rows are there? If you see closely, then you have given 3 characters, like in a string which is having 3 characters, or the length of the string is 3. So there are 3 rows only. Here the string is having 4 characters, means length is 4. So 4 rows. Here length is 5. So here we have 5 rows. So this is final. Number of rows are equal to length of the string. Right, so you have to find out, length of the string. You have length function, size function, based on that you can find out length, right? Then before actual printing, there are some space. Like here we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we have 1, 2, 3. Here we have 1, 2. Here we have 1 space. So this triangle first you have to print. Here also same. Like space we have 1 and 2, 1. So this triangle, this space triangle first you have to print, right? Then this thing, this triangle, right? And then this one. So 3 or 4 thing you have to do here, right? How many spaces are there? Spaces are number of, see, number of rows 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or if you take the index, index is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So here space are 4, here spaces are 3, here we have 2, here we have 1, here we have 0. Right? Length is 5. So maybe spaces are 5 minus whatever the index plus 1. Index of first row is 0. So 5 minus 0 plus 1. Here we have 4. So here we have 4 spaces. This formula we can take, this kind of logic we can take to print spaces. Right? So first 4, then 3, then 2, then 1, then 0. Then we can print this thing. Right? So let's take like this character first. In first line we will print A, then for next character B. Before printing B, here in the center, before B we will print whatever is there, whatever the characters are there before B. And after B we will print whatever the character before B in reverse order. Suppose here we have here we have C. So C would be printed here in the 1 to 3rd row, having index 2 in center. But before printing this C, we will print whatever is there before the C, AB. So AB first space, then AB, and then print the character, actual character in the string. Then after this character, we will print whatever the characters are there before this C in reverse order, BA, like this. So I hope you got, this is not so much tough. Yeah, it's little bit tricky, but not so much tough. So pause the video and try this out. So I hope you have done this. Let's now create a string variable, letters, and from user we'll take input. Let's take the input using getLine function. Okay, now we have taken input till now, right? So now we will take a function, a variable length, and there let's just find out the length of this string. Length or size, any function you can use, right? Let's take one more position, one more variable position, and position is at first 0, right? So now let's use that range based for loop. For each character from the string letters, we are going to repeat the process, right? First, space, that space triangle will print space. Okay, now first, let's count how many spaces you have to print. Spaces is equal to whatever the length of that string minus whatever the position you have. But here not length minus position, because if at first length is 3 and position is 0, so 3 minus 0 means 3. So at first 3 space would be printed in first line, 3, then 2, then 1. But actually we want at first only 2 space, then 1 space, then in last line no space if the input is ABC, right? This is also fine. If you want to print 1 space in last line, that is also fine. But I don't want to print any space. So let's do position plus 1. So at first length is 3, 3 minus position is 0 plus 1, 1. So 3 minus 1 is 2. So 2 space would be printed. Then 1 space, then 0 space, right? Now that while loop. While these spaces greater than 0, till then we will just print space, and then we will do minus minus spaces. So this is for to print the space. After printing spaces, now before printing the actual character, the current character, before that character, whatever the letters in that string, those letters will print in order, right? So for loop, same from 0 till the actual position, till the current character, we will print whatever is there in that particular order. So for int I is equal to 0 and I less than position, not less than equal to, less than position, because at position we have current character. But right now this loop is to print before the current character, whatever the characters, those will print only. So it is less than position, right? I plus plus. Sorry. Now we will just print from these letters, this string letters dot add I. We'll just print this thing, right? And after printing this, we will print the current character, whatever is there in this C. Because at first, if the input is ABC, then at first in C we have A, right? So in C now we have A, so A would be printed. See, at first position is 0, so length is 3, so here spaces are 2, so only this while loop would be executed 2 times, so 2 space would be printed. And after that, see, this loop is at first I is 0, a variable we have I, that is 0, and I less than position is 0, so 0 less than 0, no, so this loop would not be executed. Simply after that this line would be executed, means we will print A directly, right? Because right now in C we have A, right? Now next for loop is to print the remaining character in reverse order, because the pattern is something like this. See, if the given input is A, B, C, D, then A, then A, B, then A, B, C, then B, A. So if the current character is like C, if right now the position is 0, 1 to 2 and the current character is C. So after printing this C, whatever the remaining character before the C in that string, that would be printed in reverse order, right? BA, CBA. Here we have only, okay, before B we have only one character A, so this A would be printed, right? But A, in first line only A would be printed, right? So in first line only A would be printed. The next loop is also having no significance for first line, because the next loop is to print whatever the remaining character in a reverse order, right? Like BA, CBA, like this. So for, we'll take one variable I is equal to 0, and other variable also you can take I, J, K, anything. Sorry, I equal to the position, whatever the position minus 1. Why so? Because position means at position we have the current character, right? So if the current character is C, we have printed A in next first line, then A, B, A next line, and now we have current character C, right? Here C has been assigned with this range based for loop from letters to in this variable C, right? So the current character is C. So after printing C, after that we will print BA. So the position is C, current character, the position is C. That is why we are initializing this position minus 1, because we are going to print after C BA. So before the C, so position minus 1, and then this should be I greater than equal to 0 till 0. We are moving in backward direction now, right? Because in reverse order you have to print, and I minus minus. So same, just access from that string, that is letters dot add and I. Simple. But this time it will print reverse order, because this loop is in reverse order and this loop is in forward direction, so it will print in forward direction like A, B, C. But this loop print like C, B, A, like this. So remaining character we have printed in reverse order. After that, new line, we will move to the new line. So for new line we have handle, or you can just write down here slash n, right? After that we will do position plus plus, right? And that's it. Okay, here we have 2 semicolon. Let's run this and I'll show you the output. First we have A, B, C, D. So see, this is the pattern, right? If I run this again, and this time I'm going to give 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is the pattern, right? First loop is to print this space only. Second loop is to print whatever the current character. Before that, whatever the character in that string, those it will print like 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And after that, after the current character, we will print the remaining character in reverse order. So the third loop is for that, right? Suppose I gave this kind of thing, Jenny. So see, it will print something like this. Whatever string you will give, it will print a pyramid according to that string, right? So I hope you got this. But if you are not getting this, you can just pause the video. You can just write down this thing on a piece of paper and dry run this, right? If you get this, it's okay, you can just stop watching this video. But if you haven't got this, now I'm going to dry run this for you on whiteboard, right? You'll just write down this complete code on whiteboard and I will dry run this line by line for you guys, right? So if you are still confused, you can just continue watching this video. Okay, now let me dry run this for you. Suppose we have given letters only A, B, C. The string is A, B, C, right? So length of the string is, right now we have length is 3, 1, 2, 3. This will give 3. So in len we have, in len is a variable we have 3. Position is also a variable we have taken, the value is 0. Now for each character in this string, for first character A, for each character we will do this thing, right? So first we will take character A. So from letters, this is range based for loop, At first in C, now we have A because letters are A, B, C. So first A would be assigned to this C. Now C is A. So we have a variable C, character type of, and here we have A, right? Now first create spaces, count space, length minus position plus 1. Length is 3, 3 minus position is 0 plus 1. So spaces are, in spaces now we have 2, right? Now while space greater than 0, just print space. At first space value is 2, condition true, so first space would be printed here. Suppose this space would be printed. Then minus minus space, now space becomes 1. Still condition true, one more space would be printed. Space minus minus, now space becomes 0. Condition true, no. So we are out of this while loop, and next is this for loop. So 2 space has been printed. Now you have to print what is the actual character, right, at first position, like at 0th position, right? Okay, now the next, this loop is, see here we are printing the actual character, whatever is there in this C. So at first we have in C A, so A would be printed, but before A, what, here we have like A, B, A, and A, B, C, B, A. So before the actual character, whatever are there before in that character, in that string, that we are going to print. So this loop is for that. You have to display in order up to the current character. So current character right now is A, and before A there is nothing. So obviously this loop would print nothing. Let's see. Now we have a variable I. In I we have 0 at first. I less than position is 0. Is this condition true? 0 less than 0 because position is 0. No. So we are out from this loop. Now see out C. So first A would be printed because in C right now we have A. Right? Now this for loop is to print whatever are there after this current letter, like current letter, in reverse order. After that we will print whatever is there, like suppose current character is C. So before C we have AB. So we will print AB in reverse order, BA. So this loop is for that, to print the remaining character in reverse order, right? So reverse order means, suppose current character is C, so BA, from here we are going to start, and till 0 we will move backward. So loop would be something like minus minus, not plus plus. So here we have I, a variable which is position minus 1, because actual character is at position. So suppose position is C, so from position minus 1 we are going to start printing. But at first now position is 0. 0 minus 1 is minus 1. Is this condition true? No. So nothing would be printed from this loop. Now see out endl. So after A, endl means we are in new line here. And now position plus plus. So position becomes here 1. Right? Now from A, B, C, now next character B would be assigned to this C. So now here we have B. The current character is B now. Right? And we are in second line. Same space would be counted, right? So length minus, now at this time position is 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2. Length is 3. 3 minus 2 is 1. So space is right now 1. For the second iteration spaces are 1. So how many spaces would be printed? Only 1 space. After that, out from this while loop, now we are in this loop, right? So here should be this kind of output, A, B, C, sorry, A, B, A, right? So same I 0, I less than position. Position is right now 1. So 0 less than 1, yes, condition true. So we'll enter here, and whatever is there at this I, from letters, we will print I is 0. So letters dot at 0. At 0, we have A. So first A would be printed, right? Now I plus plus, now I becomes 1. So 1 less than 1, condition is not true, out from this loop, right? Now current character in C is B. Current character in C is B, so current character would be printed. And after this current character, whatever the remaining, that would be printed in reverse order. right? So now I is equal to position minus 1. Position is 1. Position is right now 1. So 1 minus 1 is 0. So I is 0. Condition is 0 less than, 0 greater than equal to 0. Yes. Condition true. So we'll enter here and whatever is there at I, that would be printed. So I is right now 0. So at 0 we have A. So again A would be printed. Now I minus minus, I becomes minus 1. This condition true? No. So out from this for loop, endl. Endl means we are in next line here. And position plus plus. Now position becomes 2. Now 2 means we are here now. So current character is right now C. Right? And now from letters, right, again in this character C, next C would be assigned. C would be assigned. So here we have C. Okay. For C also same would be repeated. Same steps. In C, see now position is 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 minus 3 is 0. So no space would be printed here. We are out from this. Right. Now this one. Position is 2. So I is 0. 0 for 0. 1. 2 times this loop would be executed because position is 2, right? So letters at 0, letters at 1 would be printed. Letter at 0 is A, then B would be printed. Now current letter is in C, we have C, so C would be printed. Now in reverse order, now I is position minus 1, position is 2, 2 minus 1 is 1. So I is right now 1. 1 greater than equal to 0, yes. Enter here, whatever is there at 1 from this letter that would be printed. So 0, 1, 2, at 1 we have B, so B would be printed. I minus minus 0, at 0 we have A, so A would be printed. Then minus 1, this condition is not true. Out from this loop, endl means you are in next line. Position plus plus, position is 3, right? But now letters after C there is nothing, so nothing would be initialized into this character C. This is range based for loop, right? So 1, 2, 3, like 3 times this loop would be repeated, the iteration. But after C there is nothing, so nothing would be assigned to C. Now end of the loop, end of the range based for loop, and we are out, and this is the pattern that would be printed, right? If you give input ABC, and that's exactly we want, right? So again you can just write down this on a piece of paper if you are not getting this, and dry run this with a different example. I hope you got this, right? Now in the next video we will see functions in C. From the next video we will start functions in C++, right? So now I'll see you in the next video. Till then, bye bye, take care.